Hi, I'm Alex, welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. So today, after a while away, which there's a story about which I'll come on to in a moment, we're talking about HITID. It's a long overdue video, there's loads to talk about, and there will be a few videos this week covering everything which we need to address. In this video, we'll talk all about the recent Q2 results, the recent developments as well, and what is coming next. If you're interested in HITID, then this is one you don't want to miss. Now, before I say anything, my silence isn't because I've sold my position in HITID or any other that I talk about on this channel for that matter. Sorry I've been away for a while, there have been a few things that happened, including all of my accounts getting hacked, and it's taken a while to get them back and prove that I am me. At the same time, I've been working 100-hour weeks at work where I've been incredibly busy, so apologies, but please bear with me. Luckily, it seems that not too much damage has been done in the hack. It has delayed a few things, and I think the channel will be demonetized on YouTube for a period of time going forward, but that's life. It's also led to a delay in the Seeking Alpha article on HITID, which I have mentioned in previous videos. It's still coming, and that's going to be uploaded very shortly. The channel may also have been killed by this hacking. I'm not sure if anyone's seeing this video, so please, as I always ask, if you see this, please smash the like button. It's so helpful in letting the algorithm know it doesn't only need to promote clickbaity content, and specifically today, it would be massively, massively appreciated. If you're new to the channel and like investing related content, then make sure you're subscribed. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only, but let's get straight into it. So a couple of weeks ago now, HITID released its Q2 earnings, and the summary is that they were good. Now, I'm not going to read these out to you because you already know this, you can read them yourself, but instead we'll discuss some of the important things which have not been covered properly by anyone yet so far. So the company reported revenues just shy of 41 million Canadian dollars, a 99% increase on the Q2 period in 2020. Now, this is an incredible growth, driven both from increased store openings and in-store sales, as well as online sales through its e-commerce platforms. The company also reported EBITDA of $4.7 million, a growth of 172% on the Q2 period in 2020. Now, this in itself is impressive, but what's also important is that HITID again has posted another quarter with positive EBITDA, and it's continuing the strong trend and momentum that it set. It's important also to remember that not many players in the cannabis sector are profitable at an EBITDA level, let alone at this scale and with this trajectory of growth. Now, this is great news in my eyes and something which we should be very pleased by. It's also important to put this in the context of the wider market conditions and environment. For the majority of the quarter which these results are relevant for, HITID has been operating with the majority of its stores closed, and it's only been able to operate with curbside sales and things like that. Now, delivering these results in that environment is impressive. It should also give investors good confidence that when the company can operate fully and open up its stores and they can be fully operational, the company will be able to deliver a very strong set of financials and not be limited in this way. Now, also when looking at HITID relative to its peers, HITID has outperformed its competition during this period of time. So as investors, this is something which we can take great confidence in. Now, another really important consideration when looking at the EBITDA that HITID has generated in the first 6 months of the year already is that this actually exceeds the amount generated throughout the whole of 2020. The company's delivered huge growth, and investors should take confidence in this as a strong indicator of the company's ability to deliver on its strategy. Now, while our expectations are important, it's always good to benchmark the performance versus the expectations of others. In this case, the analysts covering HITID and what their expectations were for the Q2 results and how HITID compared to that. Now, looking at ATB's latest report at the time of this video is filmed and its estimates for Q2, HITID performed very well, beating the revenue estimates for the quarter by 4% and beating the EBITDA estimates by 18%. Now, continued performance like this, beating the analyst forecast, will result in an updated financial case, and as a result of that, an update and an upgrade in the price targets too. It's also a really good sign that the company is going to deliver even bigger things for the full financial year and beating those full financial year targets. Now, over the coming weeks, I'm still expecting to see more analyst coverage for HITID. It's a matter of when, not if. There are clearly a number of broader discussion topics in the cannabis sector at the moment, with the legalization status under a lot of scrutiny at this point in time, so perhaps that is part of the reason for the delay in this new coverage coming. However, as I've said before, it's a matter of when, not if. When these come, it's great news for the company, its perception and awareness by other investors in the stock market, and also will be positive for the stock price. I also think it's important to address the company's performance over the quarter and assess that against the milestones which have been released. As a reminder, this is the first quarter where the impact of the smoke cartel acquisition has been included in the financials. We will come on to why this is actually more important than it may initially seem to in a moment. However, during the quarter, the company opened up 13 stores, filed its $100 million base shelf offering, both of which are really important strategic moves and important for the company to deliver on its overall strategy. Now, one thing which I've said for quite a while about HITID and its acquisition strategy is the importance of its ability to integrate these companies into the group. And with that, its ability to generate synergies and recognise the potential of the combined business. Now, I've said this many times on the channel before, but any company can just go into a market and acquire loads of other companies. But the way this strategy works most effectively is when those companies are successfully integrated and managed effectively as part of the group. The importance of this cannot be overlooked, most notably in the progress of the cost savings which it targeted as part of the Meta Growth acquisition. So far, the company has delivered a total of $6 million in savings, and this is out of a total budgeted $8.5 million, so this is really good going so far. Remember that oftentimes these synergies can take many years to be recognised, so it's great to see this progress this quickly. Personally, I think a lot of credit has to go to Raj and his team on how quickly they've been able to effect this, and I think it acts as a great barometer for what's to come with these other acquisitions that have been made and are currently being integrated into HITID. This is a great sign, and personally I'm feeling very positive about this. Now, the final consideration in relation to the earnings is actually the corporate actions and developments which the company has made since this period. It's completed more acquisitions, opened more stores, and it's grown its e-commerce presence even more. This is great news for investors as it gives a real flavour for what we can expect in Q3 and Q4. Now, this is something that I say in every video on HITID, but I feel now it's an important reminder as ever, especially after receiving many concerned emails due to lack of discussion about HITID on the channel. This is a long-term investment. This is something that will take many years to play out in full, and so you need to be patient. New stores that are open take time to reach maturity. New companies that are acquired take some time to be embedded and integrated into the group. Everything about a true, legitimate growth company takes time to deliver and is not something which happens overnight. Be patient, know what you've invested in, and have confidence in your investment judgment and investment rationale. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed and check out the Patreon if you want to see more private content and information. As always, please let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I find it fascinating to hear all the different opinions and perspectives, so please get involved. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.